more effort in scaring you so that they will get more money out. They will be marinating you for the request that they will be imposing on you. I feel like this clearing agent, they try to make the matters worse. They add salt. They add vanilla rimunyu. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Simply Rhoda and this is my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking and joining my channel today. If it's your first time on this channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You won't miss any of the future videos. Again, if you're a returning subby, thank you so much for always clicking the first time you see the notifications. Now I can call you the notification gang. Thank you so much for always supporting my channel. So today I'm here to respond to some of the questions that I've received on my past videos on taxation and more information about shipping to Zimbabwe, the requirements, and more to that. And my video title looked like a clickbait, but it's actually the truth of what was the contents of that video. Again, in that video I was just sharing, I think there wasn't a formula, I was just sharing things that I had experienced and also find out during my shipping to Zimbabwe. As you all know that I have a container on its way to Zimbabwe, and by doing so, by shipping the first time, I also have learned a lot of things about shipping, and I'm still learning here because I haven't cleared my container in Zimbabwe. So I'm still going to learn a lot about that those procedures. Like somebody say, can you share with us how the CBCA looks like? And again, I want to mention to you the uses of that certificate and the uses of that conformity certification. Yeah, that's the correct way to put it. Like I said, I'm learning, yeah, so bear with me. I'm learning and I'll always respond to all of your questions. I want to say thank you so much. Your questions are actually pushing me to research and actually know more about shipping. So thank you guys for always sending them. I read and I respond to every question that I see in the comment section. So let's look at the first question that I got. Somebody wanted me to share the photo, or wanted to see how the CBCA certification look. You find that every country may have its own different one that is not similar with that. Also depending on the agency, like the company that is going to be doing this certification for you. So it may look different from each other, but all of them, they are all CBCA certifications that that talks about the genuinity of the things and also shows that these things were tested, they meet the requirements, they are not some standard. Anyway, that's the reason why that procedure is done anyway, is to check whether the things meet the standards for international trade or international shipping, importing or exporting. Like I said, every country may have a different one depending with the agent that does this, so or the company that does this. So they may look different, but they all mean the same anyway because they'll be doing the same thing. All right, now let's look at the next one. I wanted to also talk about the things that you can do on your own. I also saw that in the comment section somebody was like, oh, thank you, Rhoda, for sharing this, because for them they often see people that comes to come on Facebook or other social platforms stating that they can help you apply for these tax certificates and also help you to apply for company registrations. Guys, let me tell you one thing. There is something that I think you can learn from this. For me, I feel like there is nothing that we can't do, but maybe the limitation is time. Time and knowledge is our limitation. So what I want to put an emphasis is some of these things, guys, you do not need a representative to do this for you. If you are to save money, unless you have money and you don't want to go through the hurdles and take your time to do these things, I feel like these are things you don't need anybody to do for you. These are things that you can literally do on your own, because even if somebody is going to do these things on your behalf, they're going to request some documents from you, so you are still going to provide them with the information. So what they are there for, what you are going to be paying for, is just for them being the middleman for doing this for you, of which I think you can cut all that crap and save money. Nowadays I think if you're like me, every pen makes a difference in my life, and every pen is very important. So there are some things that I know, unless if where these things are, where you get these things, they only require representatives. Like, for example, you guys, you understand there are places that even when you are applying for visas, right, they will not take individual applications. They will ask you to come through an agent or a recommended agent for that embassy that you can apply your visas through. In that, except that is the case that the applications cannot be accepted from individuals, they can only be done through an agent. That's when I will use money to pay an agent to do a certain service for me. Other than that, I feel like we guys, we need to learn, we need to take these things serious. You need to do your own stuff so you can have a better understanding. Sometimes we are just reluctant to say, maybe somebody does it for me because they've done it. Like I said, I think I've learned a lesson now. I have learned a lesson. Like, I was duped recently. Somebody told me, a clearing agent told me that I needed to pay for the tax clearance, and I only get to realize that after I've already paid this money. That's when I realized that this certificate, you don't need to pay a thing for it. It's free of charge. Even when you go to Zimra official websites where you can apply for this, it's actually written in bold that free. It's free. This is a free service because they know either way, for you to get this number, that means you are going to be paying money to them, right? You are going to be paying your tax. So why should they sell it to you to get that taxi number? It doesn't make sense, is it? It doesn't make sense. So it's free of charge. You can actually, apply for it on your own, on your computer, in the comfort of your home. And within a few minutes, you have one. So it's as easy as that, guys. But anyway, I fall for that. And I think it's also a lesson for me and also for you. Do not be duped. Do not be made to understand or to believe that it's a document that you can do on your own. And mind you, for me, the way it happens, it usually happens very fast because, these clearing agents are really, really conniving people. They are very good at, at using the opportunity. They know that you may either be doing this for the first time, but if you are somebody who has knowledge about these things, I think they will not cheat you because they know you are knowledgeable. But once they realize that you have never done it and there are a lot of things that you don't know about shipping, they take it as an opportunity for them to get more money out of you. So guys, I'm just warning you here that before you do anything, just try to research for it, or before they tell you, or even if they tell you they want A, B, C, D, they want this document, that document, before you agree for them to go ahead and get these documents for you, do your own research about those said documents. Find out what are the requirements to have one. Does it need money for you to pay for those things? If they insist that you really need them and you need to pay money, and you find out that you don't need to pay money for such documents, I think you can just tell them, let me prepare these documents and I'll give you, because eventually you need somebody to be there to clear your container, especially if it's during your absence. You can't do that remotely, so you certainly need them. But there are other documents that are required at point of entry. There are documents that are required, and I think it's better and you ask beforehand, before your container gets to that point, so that you can avoid these costs that come through, like when they are telling you that you don't have this document, you have to pay they are very good at talking about this. Like, once they realize there is a document missing or there's a document you don't have, they twist and they try to inflict fear in you so that you feel like this is a very important document. Since you don't have everything, is going to be hard for you to do that. They actually know that, of course, if there are penalties that you need to pay, I don't think it can be that crazy. It's not that crazy. If you go on the websites, you can actually see it won't be that crazy, like the way they will try to make you understand or believe that, it's so hard. Like, I asked one agent about it before, like, I don't have this document. What should I do? Because it proves like it's no longer possible for me to get it from China, since my container has been loaded already and is on its way. So I won't be able to get this. Do you know what this agent told me? This agent told me that this is very hard panotonate manje ipapo, because certificate aribudi is what you're saying. So for me, at one point I was thinking, like, so does it mean that my container will have to be returned back because of that document? my container has to be returned back to China because of that document. I also want to believe that if that were the case, like that is the gravity of the issue, like if that thing is not there, and I feel like even the shipping companies here in China, they'll make sure that these documents are there before they even ship these things. So I feel like this clearing agent, they try to make the matters worse. They add salt, they add vanessa rimunyu. In that case, they are just preparing you to pay more. They are preparing you. Marinate. They will be marinating you for the request that they will be imposing on you. Like they know they are going to be charging you a lot. They know they are going to be, taking out of your pocket. So they want to marinate you to prepare you for that. Just like you want to roast some meat, right? You marinate it first so that it can have a better taste. I think that's what they do. They put more effort in scaring you so that they will get more money out of you. It happened to me before because I remember I spoke to several agencies, clearing agencies, on my shipment to Zimbabwe. I did speak to quite a lot because I wasn't aware. I wanted to educate myself. I wanted to know more. So you find some agencies were even telling me that if you don't have this certificate, it means that we need now to make sure that your container is not opened, and you need to pay about 12,000 US dollars for this container. So I was looking like, okay, the contents of my container is not even up to that amount, right? The shipping of the cost of shipping that container to Zimbabwe is not even up to that amount. But I am being asked to pay 12,000 for what? Then if it means that these things are considered as illegal, or like they are considered as contagious or whatever, it's okay for them to just destroy everything rather than me paying 12,000 and they say this is the money that will make them not open your container will not be opened at all. So guys, if you hear somebody saying that, what I want to just put is a warning for you guys so that you can know that every container is opened irregardless. It is opened at the point of entry, right? It is open. They need to see. That's how your duty is calculated. Everything pays duty, remember. They need to see. That's why we make those packing lists. That's why we have the invoices for them calculated, for Zimra to open, to calculate their tax. How will they know what is in the container if they don't open the container? The container is opened irregardless. So if a clearing agent tells you that your container will not be opened and you need to pay such an amount for it to go past the borders or the customs, know that you are just being swindled. They just want to eat your money. Yeah, they just want to take easy money from you. They see money in you because they know you don't understand a thing about it, so they just want to get money out of you. So guys, be aware of that. I'm just warning you about these things. This happened for me. I realized I spoke to more than maybe five or more agencies because I was just trying to understand and educate myself. So I found that every agent has their own thing. Every agent has their own thing. So eventually I end up talking to the shipping agent. I think they have their reliable clearing agencies on the Zimbabwean side that can handle the container without all these issues that I was being told. Even without the CBCA, they just told me there is a small fine that needs to be paid and the things can go for checking and stuff like that, which actually put my mind at ease, because the fear that I have gotten from these independent agencies, it was too much, guys. It was too much. I actually had sleepless nights until my shipping agent told me, why are you so worried? This is an easy thing. It's not worrisome. You don't need to be worried. Let me handle this shipment for you. So you just sit, relax, just listen to me. Don't worry about these guys. So from that's when I learned. But I'm still waiting to see the ending part, like when the container arrives and is cleared and the goods are in my hands. That way, guys, I think I'll finally give a good breath, right? And I can finally relax. But at the moment, I'm no longer anxious as I were when I was talking to these different clearing agencies. They were actually putting fear in me because each and every one of them had their own version of the things that I needed. So at the end, I end up getting so confused and also paying for a document that doesn't need to be paid for, that I could have actually done myself if I was having a calm mind. Like relaxer, I wouldn't have paid. But then I went on to research later and realized that I've been duped. The document is totally free and I don't need to worry about that. I also got a question from one of you. You asked me whether there is a tracker. I think this is a video that I need to do on its own. So in our next video, we'll be talking about the freight charges. We'll be talking about the clearance costs and which border is the container opened. But to my knowledge, I can quickly answer that one. The containers are not opened at Beira. They say Beira, they don't even want the containers to be open there, but we still have to pay port charges, right? But not clearing, it's just port charges. I think it's about $1,000 US, I think, and then your container will have to be transported to Zimbabwe border. That is Forbes border post or Machpanda. I'm not sure which one. That's when the containers are opened, because that's where we pay duty. Now we pay duties for the Zimbabwean side. So that's where the containers are opened. That's where we pay the duties. That's where we also, all these things that we were talking about, the CBCA and what, they all happened at Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe. Now that will be in Zimbabwe, not in Maputo, or not in Beira or Maputo. It has nothing to do with them because it's a consignment that is in transit. It's going to another country. But if my final destination was Beira, then yes, I have to meet up these requirements. I have to pay these charges in Beira. But my container is not opened in Beira. It has to be opened on the Zimbabwean side. It has nothing to do with them, so they don't even want your container to be opened in their country. They just want you to pay the fees and transport your container to wherever it's going. So yes, so in the next video, we'll be talking about the procedures of shipping this. I know some of you have asked me about the tracking numbers. Of course, I do have a tracking number. I can track my container. I can see where it is right now. It's still on its way. It's being shipped. Guys, there is a woman here trying to offer me some food. Thank you. There is a woman. She's eating corn and some tomatoes. So she was offering some. A lot of things that I will need to figure out, and I need to address in the coming video. So stay put and wait for the next video. We'll be talking about the tracking numbers, the insurance, the clearance costs, the costs of freight, and etc. etc. This is something I need to share with you because some of you are really curious. You want to know about these things. I'll be sharing them in the next video. So again, if you have watched this video to this right end, thank you so much for watching my video, and your support is tremendous. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. It's goodbye. If you have other questions, please let me know in the comment section. I will be happy to save you. I'll be happy to answer all your questions pertaining this, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you.